And Pisces season in general, this whole period of time, is really about intuition. It's about dreams. It's about our mystical, spiritual aspects. And it's also a water sign. So maybe you might have been feeling extra sensitive, extra emotional, kind of like an overflowing of emotions potentially. That might have something to do with Pisces season, or this week specifically with the Pisces new moon coming on Saturday. This is also a big picture sign. So this week is really bringing us into deeper connection with our mystical, emotional, and intuitive sides. And it's a really good time to do extra meditation. If you don't really meditate very much, this is a great time to just try one, or to do some guided ones from YouTube. It's a great time to practice divination if you do that kind of thing, or make connection with the spirit world if you are comfortable with that, or if you practice those things. And you might also notice that there is an increase in these connections if you already have an empathic ability, or if you have these connections to things that are outside the material world that we are used to seeing. The new moon in Pisces is also ruled by Neptune, which is the planet of fantasy, basically dreamy dreams, imagination. So this really is a really powerful time to connect with your actual dreams, the dreams that you might have while you're sleeping, but also the things that you dream about when you're awake, your daydreams, your fantasies for the future. It's a really nice time to do intuitive work, healing work as well, on yourself. So maybe getting a energy healing session, or going to have body work done, or doing any sort of, hypnotherapy, past life regression. This is a really great time to do a lot of these healing practices. It's also a really powerful time to examine and build up your spiritual practices. So that is, huge list of things potentially, and that it's very individual. It can be meditation, it can be tarot card or oracle card reading, it can be divination, prayer, journaling, manifestation practice, yoga and movement, embodied practices. It can be, connecting with your crystals, or doing crystal healing, or receiving crystal healing, energy healing, doing plant medicine journeys, or having, microdosing, perhaps, if that's something that you are into. Reading spiritual texts, or even just visiting your altar or making an altar. This is a really great time to do all of those things. And right now on my altar, and in the past year, I started collecting water. So this is a bottle of water that I've collected from places that I've found really special to me. Samuk Champey and Lake Atitlan in Guatemala, and the Yuba River here, which has been so profoundly healing for me. It's all connected, even if it's in this bottle and it looks separate from all the other bodies of water in the world. It's not. They're all really connected. And so even, just having a tiny vial of water from somewhere special is going to allow you to keep connected to that space. You can also just place a cup of, tap water or drinking water on your bedside table this week, and, just give thanks to the waters that really give life to everything on this planet. If there was no water, we'd be on Mars and we wouldn't be alive. Like, water is life for sure. And again, this might be a really nice time to start a dream journal if you don't do that, or if you don't really pay attention to your dreams. This is a great time to start just thinking about that. A lot of us, when we wake up in the morning, some of us within like 20 seconds, our dream is just like dissolved and floated away, and we have no memory of it. We might have like a lingering sensation, or maybe a lingering like image or feeling. But if you want to keep a notebook right by your bed, and really start a practice of, when you first wake up, just roll over in your bed and write something down, anything that is left over from your dreams. Your dreams might start to show you patterns of things that maybe you're worried about, things that you want. It might help you connect with your own intuition, which are really like hunches or nudges that, again, a lot of us in our busy modern lives, we've been taught to ignore our gut feeling. We've been taught to ignore these little quiet ting pings, you know, as opposed to always focusing on what we're supposed to do, our to-do list, um, doing the things we're supposed to do. And, you know, everyone has intuition. There's no, you know, no one doesn't have intuition. And it's not just about female intuition as though men don't have it either. We all have intuition. It's more about building your trust in your intuition and learning to look for it and to get quiet enough that you can actually hear it. So again, this is a really watery sign. Don't be surprised if you do feel emotional this weekend, because the moon really, just the way that it pulls and pushes the tides, the moon is pulling and pushing our emotional body. You know, water is really tied to emotion. And then literally the water in our bodies, the water in our cells. And so the moon really has an impact both on the individual and the collective. So you might, you know, as you start to track the moon and you're doing things on the full moon and the new moon and using every 2 weeks as this sort of natural check-in, if you start talking to your friends or when we're sharing in circle here, you might notice common themes coming up because everybody is being affected by this, not just women. But moving into this meditation, I'd love for you to just get comfortable however you feel most comfortable. You don't have to look at the screen. You can turn off lights. You can lie down. You can just lie back in your chair. If you feel comfortable sitting upright and closing your eyes, you can do that too. As we settle down, just making sure your body is comfortable. Make sure you're going to be warm enough. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes and begin to slow your breathing down. Starting to take some deeper and deeper breaths into the space behind your belly button. Letting the air move in through your nose, down your throat, through your chest and into your belly. And slowly exhaling through the mouth. Beginning to let your muscles relax. Letting your chair or your bed support you. Relaxing your legs. Relaxing your thighs. Relaxing your hips. Letting the stomach and the lower back relax. Continuing these deep breaths for a few more minutes, deep into the belly, like you're inflating a balloon with each inhalation. Relaxing your shoulders. Letting your jaw drop. Letting your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Letting your eyes and your eyelids relax. Forehead, relax. And you can now let go of any control over your breath. Allow your breath to return to its normal rhythm. Begin to imagine yourself on the shore of a large body of water. Maybe it's a lake, maybe it's the ocean, maybe it's somewhere you've been before, maybe it's somewhere you've never seen. You're standing on soft, warm sand with the water stretching out in front of you to the horizon. Slowly begin to walk into the water. By the shore, it's shallow, a gradual descent into the water so that it starts to lap over your toes, your feet, your ankles. The water is warm, comfortable temperature. There's no current, there's no tide. You're in control of every step you take as you walk deeper and deeper. And the water rises up your calves to your knees as you continue to walk slowly forward. In your own time, continuing to walk into this ocean, this lake, noticing that the water is clear. You can look down and see your feet. You can see the sand that you're walking over. And as you walk deeper, the water rising up to your thighs, rising over the belly, as you slowly walk deeper and deeper into the water. Completely safe. And the water rises up over your chest, over your heart. And continuing to take step by step until the water flows over your shoulders to your neck. The waters are still, safe, and warm. If you feel comfortable, take a dip under the water so that it closes over the crown of your head, your hair floating. And when you stand back up, turn around and begin to walk out, step by step, back to the shore. Your shoulders, your chest, coming back into the light as the water streams off of you and washes away anything you do not need. This water has cleansed you of your past. And as you walk back to the shore, the warm sun shining on your head, your shoulders, your back, you're shining and new, clean. When you get back to the shore, find a place that looks comfortable to sit. Maybe you sit in the sand right by the water's edge. Maybe you want to walk a little further. Maybe there's grass or a forest that you feel more comfortable sitting in. And as the warm wind dries your body and the warm sun shines on you, begin to call forth your future self. Simply ask for your future self to visit you. Maybe a figure will appear from the water. Maybe she'll walk up the beach in the distance. What does she look like? How old is she? What is she wearing? How does she move as she walks towards you? As she comes close to you, invite her to sit with you so that you can get to know each other. And you begin to ask her questions. Ask her, what do you want me to know right now? What do you want me to know right now? Ask her, what am I here to do? What am I here to do? Ask her, what is my next step in becoming my future self? What is my next step in becoming my future self? Ask her, what can I let go of now? What can I let go of now? Ask her if she has any other messages for you at this time. Together, you and your future self stand up and walk back to the water's edge. She picks up a large stone from the sand and hands it to you. This stone represents whatever you're able to let go of in this moment. Go ahead and throw this stone as far as you can into the water. Your future self turns to face you, and she secures a golden cord from her heart to your heart. And in an instant, you can see your future self's life. What does your future self's life look like? Where does she live? What kind of people are in her life? This golden cord will help draw you into your future self. Know that she will always be with you. She is always guiding you, calling you forward. When you're ready, give her a hug. Thank her. Even as she moves out of sight, know that you're always connected to your future self. Taking a deep inhale now. Exhale fully. Begin to come back to your body. Feel the chair or your bed beneath you. Notice the temperature of the air around you. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch. And in your own time, whenever you're ready, you can come back fully to the space. Open your eyes. If you'd like to journal or write down anything that you experienced, if you received any answers from your future self,